Hello and welcome to Pick a Card Palace. In today's Pick a Card reading, we will be answering the question, who has got their eye on you? For this reading, we have four options. Option 1 is the ice cream. Option 2 is the donut. Option 3 is the pie. And option 4 is the coffee. Once you've made your selection, you can scroll down to the description box where you will find links taking you directly to each of the individual readings here. I'm going to give you a little time now to make your selection before we get started. Hello, option 1. If you chose the ice cream, this will be your reading. Again, today we are answering the question, who has got their eye on you? So let's get started by seeing who this is. So for those who chose option 1, who is it who has their eye on them? Who's got their eye on option 1? We have the secret agent. Mysterious and elusive, he would tell you his name, but then he'd have to disappear. Okay, let me put that over there. Put you right in the middle there. Okay, so this secret agent person, I was going to say man because, you know, there's that song, Secret Agent Man. But this is a gender neutral reading, so this could be a male or a female who's got their eye on you, but this is somebody who, I'm just going to go ahead and say right now, they are keeping a very low profile, and I will be surprised if we get a whole lot of specific information about this person during this reading. I mean, they're already coming through with their dark sunglasses, and I'm just noticing here that this card doesn't show up very well in the light. And I know my lighting's not awesome all the time, but even so, I think we're dealing with someone lurking in the shadows, option 1. Someone who's not obvious about how they are spying on you, basically. I don't know if they're doing it through social media, if they're doing it in real life behind the bushes or following you around wherever you go. I don't know. I don't want to be like sounding creepy or anything, but as I said, this person is I would say definitely a secret admirer of yours, option 1. So let's see if we'll find out what we can find out though. So let's see what else we can see. So for option 1, this mysterious person who's got their eye on them, what else can you tell us about this mystery person? Okay, we have the 2 of discs. And we've got the Empress. Okay, so firstly, we have Earth energy on the table. That is Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, but specifically I would say Taurus because of our Empress here. Now, Libra, I think, is also associated with the Empress, so to be fair, I'll call that out too. Now, this person doesn't have to be one of these signs, but they may actually have one of these signs prominent, and they might actually have their sun in one of those signs. But the energy here, though, as I've said, this person is in the shadows. And I wonder if this person is in the shadows because either you or they are already in another relationship, so, or at least they maybe suspect that you are, so they are hanging back out of some respect for their partner or your partner. Now, it could also be that this is someone who is in your workplace. I wouldn't say necessarily this is someone I would think was in the same educational space as you if you are, say, a student. But I suppose it's possible, but I'm leaning more towards work here, work environment. And it may be that they are being undercover because somehow it's not altogether, quote unquote, appropriate or allowed. Maybe it's against company policy, or maybe they're just concerned about being charged with some kind of harassment or something along those lines, like they're being quiet about things because of the fallout potentially from being open about their interest. Okay, let's see what else we can find out about this person. So who is this person who has their eye on option 1? Okay, we have L internship. And we have L prime. I don't know why it's not so nice. There we go. There we go. I love it when it focuses, but alas, that does not always happen for me. Okay. So as I was saying before, I feel like this may be a work context. And interestingly, since the internship card came out, I suppose it's possible there is some sort of educational intersection. Like someone may in fact be a student here, but also in a workplace environment. And as for the specific workplace, we've got the prime card here, which is telling me maybe it's a retail type of environment. So if you don't work in retail or distribution or delivery, since we've got prime here, warehouse, something like that, then maybe they do. Maybe they know you from this context. Maybe this is even like a delivery person, someone who has brought things to your home. That's quite interesting, and no wonder you wouldn't be able to maybe suss out who this person is if that's the case. And it also makes sense, as I was saying, that this person may not want to be open about their spying because, you know, I'm pretty sure that would be against company policy. But again, that's just an example. That doesn't have to be the case for everyone watching here. But I'm getting a sense of workplace and some kind of complication. As for why it's so secretive. Okay, so now I hope you've got I know it's not very, very specific, but I hope now you've got a sense of who this could be. If not, I'd say maybe choose another option or another reading. But now let's turn our attention to finding out why this person has their eye on you. So why does this person have their eye on option 1? We have a cheap motel. No charge for the cockroaches. We also have hell. Hell is other people, said Jean-Paul Sartre in No Exit. Well, option one. The secrecy theme continues because I think this person has their eye on you. Maybe because they think they would like to escape with you and just have some adult fun. Probably no strings attached. Or, I mean, maybe it could be a standing date. You know, both of you could blow up some steam or what have you. You know, this person might have a stressful job. Maybe they do, especially if they're working in a distribution center for a major corporation that rhymes with Tamazon. But it could also be that if they're already involved with someone, you're already involved with someone, they see that there are certain limitations for the two of you just from the beginning. And so, yeah, they, it seems, want a little bit of an escape from somebody. Maybe their official partner, or maybe just the job. But yes, they see you as being someone they could maybe relax and take off their dark sunglasses with, if only for, you know, a few stolen moments. Which, actually, a song is coming through now. Whitney Houston, Saving All My Love for You. I think that was the name of it. I'll link it in the description for you, option one. But yeah, this song is basically, I think, about an extramarital affair or some kind of affair in which the singer, you know, is hoping that she can get together with this lover, even though he has, you know, another connection. He has other commitments. Which is not to say that that is you. It may be that that is this person, option one. So let's see what else we can find out here. Okay, so tell us more about why this person has their eye on option one. Okay, we have friendly thoughts. And we have traffic. Let me see that. There we go. Okay, so option one. Yeah, I was talking about this person just being able to relax or unwind, set their cares aside, and just be with you. And I think that they want someone they can talk to, someone who would be understanding, sympathetic, a friend. It seems this person wants a confidant and someone who they feel is there for them and who understands them, which is pretty interesting considering, you know, the profile we talked about. But again, this person may be under a lot of stress or pressure in their life, and they may see you as a great escape. Okay, let's see. Why does this person have their eye on option 1? We have the old woman, and we have, this is the female enemy. Can we get, okay. So, I do believe, yes, this person is biding their time. They've been watching you probably for a while and waiting for an opportunity. Going back to this card here, I kept trying to figure out what the card this person is holding actually says on it. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Can you see it? It says John Doe. Now that is interesting. You know, we were talking about a cheap motel, and this over here actually, even though it doesn't say motel, a lot of times, you know, you see like in movies or whatever, you know, the city streets at night, and you got the lit up letters with a sign, you know, like a vertical sign saying hotel, and it's flashing the light or whatever. It's just a neon sign. Here it says here, but it just reminded me of that idea that this person, you know, wants to meet up with you under these cloaked circumstances. But if they do, I'll say this, option 1, if they make that move, I don't know if you should believe what they're telling you, you know, just so kind of file this reading away in your memory, and hopefully you will recall that I'm telling you here that this person may be hiding something. If you get approached by somebody I'm, you know, describing here that just wants to, you know, hook up, okay, that if they're not a known quantity to you as far as their context, as far as their life, then you do well to question it. But yes, anyway, option 1, this is who has got their eye on you. I'm going to end the reading here. Thank you so much for joining me. And if you enjoyed this reading and enjoy readings like this, please consider subscribing to the channel. It would be great to see this channel grow. Again, I thank you. Okay, I'm going to move to the next option now. Hello there, option 2. If you chose this donut, this will be your reading. We are answering the question, who has got their eye on you? So let's find out. For those who chose option 2, who is this person who has their eye on option 2? We have the gardener, nurturing and patient. He'll grow beautiful flowers. Just don't rush him. Okay, move that over there. So, option 2, it looks like you have a gentle soul here who has their eye on you. This is someone who quite literally may be into plants and gardening. They might be an outdoorsy person. They might be a nature lover. Maybe they spend a lot of time outdoors. Maybe they have important interests connected to the outdoors and the environment, the natural world. They could be some kind of activist related to environmental issues. They could do something for work that involves plants and growing and nature and maybe even animals. But yes, this is probably someone who comes across as being nice and compassionate. Someone who isn't pushy or aggressive. Just nice. Just a nice kind of person. So I wonder with this vibe, option 2, whether you would even be aware that this person had any kind of romantic interest in you. They might just come across as being friendly, like as in someone who wants to be your friend. And in fact, maybe a friend. Well, let's see what else comes through in the cards. So what else can you tell us about this person who's got their eye on option 2? We have the Six of Wands. We also have the Hanged One. Can you see this here? Oh. There we go. You see there's a bat hanging where we're on this card. Okay, so anyway, now interesting. I mentioned animals, and we do have a couple of animals coming through here with, we got 2 birds actually. We got the bat, and we got, looks like a pigeon or something. I don't know if it's a dove. Maybe it's a dove. I don't know. We also have, oh no, I think that's just rope. Yeah, that's just rope. I was going to say that's a snake, but no snakes. Okay. As I was saying, yeah, this person, yeah, wouldn't probably be bringing through any kind of snaky energy anyway. But, this idea of hanging back and not being very obvious with their feelings is coming through here with the Hanged One. This is someone who has kind of a mentality that we might call evolved. This is not someone who, despite maybe their interest in very tangible real world things and issues, is not all that materialistic, or someone who is about lower things. I don't feel like I'm communicating this well. I said this is someone who's evolved. This is a higher order thinker. This is a thinker. Someone who is more intellectually inclined than maybe you would expect, since again, like I said, there's this very hands-on energy about this person. And I think this person may be getting some attention for what they're doing, like they stand out in some kind of way for what it is that they're doing, and it may have to do with their work, or it may be that they're just a standout type of person because they're so gosh darn nice. Let me see. I'm gonna move that over a bit. But yeah, this person though doesn't seem like they're openly pursuing you at all. So let me see though. Let's see what else will come through. So now, who is this person who's got their eye on option 2? We've got El Makeup Tutorial. And we have El Coachella. I wasn't expecting that, because this is like warrior energy. And we were talking about how this person is just, like a nice person. So I'm not quite sure what to make of this idea here, this very strong energy. But again, it goes back to what I was talking about, how this person maybe is very involved in some cause or other that is important to them. They may be making a name for themselves. They're out there doing things. So that may be this warrior energy. I don't know that it's really their personality. In fact, I would say if we're going to call this person a warrior, they would be a happy warrior, as they say. You know, someone who's cheerful, but going about business. Now with makeup tutorial, I think this person is probably good looking. And I would say that with this Coachella card too, because, you know, this person is wearing this skimpy little outfit and looks quite fit, wouldn't you say? And with the makeup tutorial, this doesn't mean the person like literally wears makeup, but the face here, I'm being drawn to the idea that this person has an attractive face. So whether we're dealing with a male or a female, because it could be either, you know, the cards, the deck I'm using actually, I think depicts masculines, but your person could be feminine, could be a female, because this energy is, you know, gender neutral. So yes, I think whether they are male or female, etc., they would be physically quite attractive, and that might be how you can figure out who this is. You know, like a genuinely nice seeming person, but who's quite good looking. And there are people who would say, well, that's definitely unusual to have that combination. But I don't know, in my day, I've known some people like that. You know, females who are super nice, but maybe you wouldn't know it because people are afraid to approach them because they're so good looking. And then males who are the type that don't care about looks so much, and so they don't realize how good looking they themselves are, because it's not a focus of theirs. Okay, so maybe you're dealing with somebody like that who's got their eye on you. Option 2. Now let's see why they have their eye on you. So why does this person have their eye on option 2? We have alien invasion, E.T. go home. We also have my love life, it's complicated. So option 2. This person has a complicated love life. I guess that makes sense from what I was just saying, that this person on the one hand has a personality that does not often coincide with the outer appearance of great beauty or great handsomeness. And I see how this could create issues, because whether this person is male or female, they would be getting a lot of attention, and probably a lot of unwanted attention. So maybe they have complications, you know, maybe they got people around, and this person being the nice person that they are, I don't know if they're, you know, telling these folks to hit the road, Jack, never come back, or not. So yeah, they probably got a lot of people hanging around. You know, we talked about the Six of Wands, that they were getting attention some kind of way, and probably in more than one way. So why they have their eye on you is maybe that they see you as an opportunity to have something more normal. You know, maybe they want some kind of standard or quote unquote traditional romantic connection instead of having just a bunch of fangirls or fanboys or both, people who make assumptions about them based off of just the way they look, assumptions that turn out to not be true. Yeah, maybe they're tired of dealing with all of that. As I started the reading out with, this is someone who's more of a gentle soul, but maybe they do have to identify with their inner warrior in order to maybe cut some people off and cut some people out who just keep coming at them. Like I'm imagining hordes of people coming at them. I don't know if that's the case, but that's the image in my mind. So yeah, they just want somebody and something normal. There's something about you that has them thinking that they could have that with you. Option 2. Okay. Let's see what else. Why does this person have their eye on option 2? We have wisdom. We also have treachery. In a funny kind of way, option 2, this person seems to think that you could help them not only to have more of a normal love situation, but you could also, maybe just by being there, fend off these suitors, all this unwanted attention from others, because maybe this person could bring you around and people could see you, or they could talk about you, and then this person would be able to say, yes, option 2, my girlfriend or my boyfriend or whatever, my partner, maybe they think this would scare some people off, or at least keep them at bay somehow, so that this person doesn't have to go all warrior mode on them and, literally fight them off and kick them out of their life. Because again, this is a nice person. They don't really want to do all of that. I don't think they really want or like necessarily all the drama either, but that's just the way it is. Unless, of course, in their mind, maybe they could have something with you and you could be there and you could help. Also, I think they see you as being an intelligent person and someone who knows how to deal with, let's say, those, when the poop hits the fan type situations. This person, I think, gets the sense that you deal well with that, or could deal well with it. They see you as kind of like an enforcer type, option 2. Which I guess is actually nice for them. It's a nice balance, because maybe they're not that type typically, and yet they feel like they have to be at times with these people. And so they would welcome someone like you being there and just kind of, I think maybe, like I said, just your presence. I don't know. Are you intimidating? Option 2. Do you have an intimidating aura or something? Do you have the resting witch with a B face, as they say? Do you have that going on? Maybe. Or at least maybe they see somehow that you could be both the brains and the brawn of the operation, so to speak. Okay. Anyway, let's see just if we can get a little bit more information here. Option 2 about why this person has their eye on you. Okay, we have the offer of precious gifts, something like that. We also have fortune. Yes, option 2, this person feels like you could turn their life around, like the direction it's going in, probably with relation to their complicated love life. They feel like you are potentially a keeper. Like that. I don't know how well they know you or don't know you. You know, different people here will be at different stages with this person, but they already see that there's some potential here for something good, something solid, something stable and stabilizing. And yeah, that's why they have their eye on you, option 2. So I'm going to end it here. Thank you very much for joining me. If you like this reading, please consider subscribing to the channel. It'd be wonderful to see this channel grow. No pressure, though. All right, thank you again. I'm going to move on to the option 3 reading. Hello there, option 3. If you chose the pie, this will be your reading. Again, we are answering the question, who has got their eye on you? So let's see. Who has got their eye on those who chose option 3? For option 3, who's got their eye on them? We have the survivalist. Resourceful and paranoid, prepared for everything except a second date. Let me see if I can get that to focus for you. There we go. Move that over here. Alrighty. Now this is interesting because I would say this is someone who is focused on conspiracy type stuff. In a previous reading, I was actually just talking about the poop hitting the fan. And that is actually in the survivalist slash conspiracy slash doomsday prepper community. A phrase, they don't say poop, they use the other word, it begins with an S. But this is actually a thing. It's SHTF. That's what they refer to it as. The bleep hitting the fan. But that's the kind of scenario in which there's just total chaos and the world is just, the sky is falling, like Chicken Little said. And so these people are obsessed with making it through some kind of apocalyptic scenario in the modern world. So they are very focused on making sure they are prepared with supplies and a secure, safe location, a bunker to go into or something, okay? And so this person has that kind of personality, even if they're not specifically one of these doomsday preppers. They're the type of person who thinks about the worst case scenario and they plan ahead to make sure that they can deal with the worst case scenario. So this might make someone a bit paranoid, you know, They might be a bit intense. They, in conversation, might talk about things that other people find kind of weird, like SHTF situations, like an alien invasion, which is funny. I'm wondering, stuff coming through from option 2. Are you still here from option 2? Did you have a hard time choosing? If so, hello, and it's fine if you're here. But anyway, yeah, this person, though, has this kind of energy about them. Let's see what else we can find out, though, about this person who's got their eye on you, option 3. Okay, so who is this person who has their eye on option 3? Who is this person who's got their eye on option 3? We have the 8 of discs. We also have the 4 of discs. I'll move this over. Okay, so we got a lot of discs here, which is Pentacles energy. That's Earth energy. So we're looking at Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, potentially. Not necessarily. But that is the energy here. And I can kind of see, like, say, an Earth sign being concerned about these things. Taurus might want to make sure they've got all of the food supplies that they need, just in case. Virgo just likes the idea of planning, and Capricorn just wants to feel like they're in control of things. So this energy is actually a work-oriented, practical energy. So it's funny, I talked about how this person might be a little off the wall to some, or many, or even most, because of their zealous attention to preparing for the worst, whether that's, like I said, a zombie apocalypse or whatever. But yeah, this person's very busy with whatever they're doing. It could be this stuff, this prepping stuff, or it could be their actual work, like what they do for a living. They're very focused on that. I'm thinking of, what was that children's story? Is it the ant and the grasshopper? How the ant and the grasshopper have different approaches to preparing for winter. The ant is very industrious. The grasshopper just wants to play around. Well, this person is an ant. This is not a grasshopper. Okay? All right. So what else can we know about this person? Who is this person who's got their eye on option 3? We have L gentrification. And we've got El Sushi. Well, I was already talking about, say, Taurus and being concerned about food supplies and, being prepared and all that. So not only do we have someone maybe who might be focused on practical matters like that, especially in the case of a doomsday scenario, but they like the finer things too. So it's not enough to get ready for the Armageddon situation. You understand? They want they want the best. So they're going to go and buy their storable food package, but they want to taste test it first to make sure that they'll still be eating good, even if, in fact, Um, the world is falling down. There's a song coming through. I think the name of the song is Safe and Sound, and I don't know who sang it, but there's a line that's like, even if the sky is falling down, I know that we'll be safe and sound. This person wants to like make sure that they, and I think their people too, the people who are nearest and dearest, are okay. You know, when in the event of some kind of situation of lack. And you know, I mean, I'm filming this in February of 2026, and in the United States, the much of the eastern seaboard is just coming out of some kind of like snow apocalypse. So somebody like this actually is kind of vindicated in a time like that, because this person would have been the one who had their generator ready, and so the power went out, but that was okay because they had, you know, this backup, and they wouldn't have been desperate for food, like, oh my goodness, I can't get out of my house to get to the grocery store, you know, because of all the snow and the ice. No, this person would be safe and sound, you know, cocooning in their space that is totally prepped for such a time as that. But I'm going to link that song, though, Safe and Sound. I think that's the name of it. In the description for you. Option 3. Seeing as how it came through here, it might be relevant. It may be that this person feels that way about you. You know, that they want to protect you. Maybe they want to communicate something to you. Maybe you're not really into this whole sphere of knowledge, you know, the doomsday prepper knowledge. But this person just is concerned about your welfare, and they think, well, even if you aren't interested in this, they still want to be able to take care of you, which is very nice, option 3. Let me see now. I guess that's a good segue into the next part of this reading, because now I just want to look at why this person is like checking you out so much. Why does this person have their eye on option 3? Okay, we have Starbucks. They're opening a Starbucks in my living room, says Janine Garofalo. That keeps coming out in other readings, this card. But I don't know what place or movie or whatever this is, that quote is from. I don't know. I don't even remember what Janine Garofalo was in. She's an actress, by the way. Somebody, I think they was popular in the 90s or early 2000s or something like that. Some kind of Hollywood it girl flavor of the week or the month or something. I don't know. We also have black holes. The gravitational field of a black hole is so strong that nothing, including light, can escape from its vicinity. Okay, so this person is quite mesmerized by you, option 3. They can't keep their eyes off of you. So you are somehow pleasing to the eye for them, perhaps. Option 3. You are very attractive to them, like maybe physically. And I suppose this would be of importance to, you know, again, the earth sign people. Particularly Taurus. And again, we've got Starbucks, which is like a food reference again. And again, the idea that this person likes the finer things. So they see you as, you know, maybe a cut above, like upscale, you know, matching their energy in a sense, even though maybe you aren't into the same obsession that they are. But still, they see you as being maybe compatible, you know, because you like things to be quality, and you like quality as well. But yeah, I think this person imagines being able to sit down with you at a Starbucks or somewhere, and, just get lost in conversation with you about, well, I don't know. I mean, maybe they want to tell you all about this stuff because, like I said, there's this protective energy here. Like they want to help you and keep you safe in some kind of emergency. And I'm thinking now, I'm talking about this, you ask yourself, well, why does someone get like obsessed with this kind of thing? And it could be reaching back to experiences one has had earlier in life, in early childhood, or some kind of formative experience. Maybe this person has experienced being very down on their luck, and they did not have the resources, the basic resources that they needed. And ever since then, they have been trying to make sure that they are going to have what they need. And so it may come across to other people as, a bit much, but to them it makes sense just so they can have a sense of security. And so again, they maybe are having their eye on you because they see you as being able to provide some kind of stability or security as well. And I don't mean necessarily like, financially or whatever. That may or may not be the case. It seems to me this person is very focused on making sure they've got that covered. But maybe what they're after is kind of a sense of emotional security. And maybe they think you can help with that. So let's see what else. Option 3. Why is this? Whoa. Hello there. This is the Passion card. Let me see that. Oh, there we go. So, I'm not going to take this card because I don't take what I call flippers like that, but that energy there is definitely about great physical, sexual attraction. Option 3, and we already talked about how this person may be seeing you that way. Okay. So why does this person have their eye on option 3? Okay, we have process. And we have intelligence. So this person, as I was saying, they see some kind of intellectual compatibility potentially between the two of you. Like they think that you would be a great person to have a conversation with, bounce ideas off of, or again, I don't know, like they may want to share this stuff with you. But maybe not just that. Like I said, I think they would just enjoy talking to you about any and everything, because they think that you'd be able to handle a wide-ranging conversation and maybe be open-minded enough to hear about this niche topic here that they are so very interested in. Okay, so why is this person having their eye on option 3? Okay, we have, what is that, domestic? Oh, come on, why don't you want to focus for me? There we go, kind of. We also have the Great Lord. Remember, I was saying this person wants to protect you. They do. There is this generosity of spirit here on the part of this person. They want to support you. They want to make sure you're okay. They want to keep you safe. They want to make sure you got what you need. And they're willing to work so that that is the case. You are someone they want to do for. They want to pour into. And that's really probably saying a lot about you, option 3, because, as I said, I'm thinking this person's mentality is one that is actually rather fearful and closed off because they're hyper vigilant concerning dangers of any type, and certainly people who you don't know well enough, you maybe shouldn't trust them, and people that you do know well enough, maybe you shouldn't trust them either. And so this person may have, I don't want to say trust issues, but they may be very wary of people, and yet this is the energy that they have towards you, which is a striking contrast. So as I said, that really speaks quite highly to what their interest is in you, what the level of interest is, and the quality of the interest. This is someone who has your good in mind. And that's always a wonderful thing to see in these readings. Okay, so option 3, that is your reading. Thank you very much for joining me. If you enjoyed this reading, please consider subscribing to the channel so that it can grow, which would be awesome. Otherwise, yes, I'm going to move on to our 4th and final option. Hello, option 4. If you chose the coffee, this will be your reading. We are answering the question, who has their eye on you? So let's see. For those who chose option 4, who has their eye on them? Who's got their eye on option 4? Okay, we have the chef. Passionate and full of flavor, he knows the way to your heart is through your stomach. Oh, look at him. Wow, he's got like a, what is that, a turkey? Okay, and a 1, 2, 3, 4 tier cake with a little, is that a strawberry on top? Amazing. Fantastic. Wow, that's a nice way to start, I think. Option 4. I mean, well, if you're a foodie anyway, that's a nice way to start. So this person is probably a foodie. This person knows their way around a turkey. And also, not only do they do savory dishes, but apparently also dessert, which is kind of unusual to be, kind of being able to do both well. Is something that, at least amateur cooks a lot of times don't really have a knack for or interest in. But anyway, yeah, this is someone who probably can cook. This is someone who certainly has a personality to make people feel comfortable, make people feel welcome. There's an energy of hospitality here. This is someone who would invite you to their home and cook for you. I mean, and you don't have to be like their romantic interest for them to do that. This is someone, I think, who's like the more the merrier type. They like socializing. They like people. They like fun things and activities. This is probably somebody who is happy, a happy type person, cheerful. Okay, so who is this person who's got their eye on option 4? We have the Page of Swords. We also have the 10 of Wands. Okay, option 4. This person who's got their eye on you, I was going to say, I think this corroborates here on the bottom of the deck. We have the 5 of discs, which is the 5 of pentacles. I feel like this is someone you've had some dealings with in the past. I don't know if this is an ex or not. Someone maybe you had some kind of connection with. But yeah, I'm getting the sense that something happened and maybe got in the way for this person. And while you may or may not be hearing anything from this person, they are still thinking of you and obviously watching you. So I don't know if they are in your 3D life and world, or if they're doing this on the internet, or both. But the reading is who's got their eye on you, and certainly this is indicating somebody here who maybe stepped away has their eye on you. Something was too much for them. I don't know if it was something between the two of you or something in their personal life that had nothing to do with you. But yeah, I'm getting a feeling of some kind of, maybe break or drifting apart or maybe ghosting. Let's see. So who is this person who has got their eye on option 4? We have Yoga. Oops. Did I put that there? Also, we have La Student Debt. And it is interesting to me, option 4, that we've got these 2 cards here beside each other. This La Student Debt and the 10 of Wands, which both depict people carrying some kind of heavy burden or load that's slowing them down, or getting them down, making them tired. They are perhaps in pain. And so this corroborates the idea that there was something that was going on with this person that was too much. I don't know if literally this person was a student and they had a lot going on with school. And so maybe your connection fell by the wayside when they were dealing with that. Is it something having to do with actual debt, like financial problems that were burdening this person, again causing them to step away? It is interesting, and I never noticed this in this deck before, but these 2 actually look very similar. The 2 people depicted look quite similar. I don't know if I can get this to focus. Probably not, because I would like to. There we go. Yeah, they're both wearing these interesting underwear. One is more pink, though, and the other one is more red. But they got those boots on, and yeah, it looks rather similar. They look rather similar. Okay, this one's a little darker skinned, I guess. But anyway, it seems that the cares of this person's life, perhaps outside of you, option 4, got the better of them, and they needed to break away. But they are still having their eye on you. So, as I said, I don't know if you're in communication with this person or not. Though I wanted to mention, too, as I was pulling that card, it reminded me of a Bjork song that actually is called Yoga, but it's not spelled that way. I don't think it's... I don't know what the word actually means either. Interesting. But the song, which I think the name of the song, Yoga, spelled Joga, But I will link that song in the description box for you, and you can check out the lyrics or the actual song itself, because it may be relevant, because the sense is from that song, since it's coming through in this reading, that this person regards you very highly, and felt a strong bond with you, that you were very special to them. Option 4. So now, maybe you helped them with some emotional issue, whether you know it or not. But okay, so now let's look at why this person has got their eye on you. Option 4. Why does this person have their eye on option 4? We have we have your ex. Okay. So I was saying that before. That was the energy. It was already like coming through. Glad to see some very specific confirmation. Anyway, this says, oh, you're seeing someone new already? Wow, that's great. Great. Really great. I'm so happy for you. So obviously, I mean, the text here is suggestive that this person is not happy if you are in fact seeing someone else. Maybe they feel like you moved on quickly. If that is the case, I don't know if you have moved on from this person, if you have someone new or not. But maybe they are perceiving this or worried about this some kind of way. I mean, as I said, they've got their eye on you, so they are watching. I don't know why they would have the idea that you moved on unless you're somehow telegraphing that you moved on. And even if there's not an actual other person in the picture, this person we're talking about here might be imagining that there's someone else, because why else would you seem so unbothered and carefree, or however you appear to this person when they are watching you through whatever means they're using to watch you. We also have balls. Pick your game. Tennis, golf. I don't know what that is. B-O-C-C-E. What is that? Bocce? Bocce? I don't know. Bocce? Anyway, soccer, baseball, basketball, football, billiards, tetherball, dodgeball, foursquare. I'm trying to think of something. I think maybe here the message is that this person has got their eye on you, and it's really cheeky of them to do that. Considering maybe how things ended, or how they disappeared, or how they, set you down and went their own way, or whatever it is that happened here. That, it's very, it's pretty bold of them to think that they could be, how dare they think that they could come back, and they realize that, they realize this is a gamble. That's maybe why they've got their eye on you, but they're not actually necessarily, taking an action towards you. Because this Page of Swords here is usually like a spying card, so I was happy in a way to see, at least it aligns with the topic. But here specifically, yeah, I'm thinking that this person might not be watching you in real life. Maybe they are on the internet. And then you got this globe over here, which could suggest maybe this person is at a distance. Or again, it could be referring to the World Wide Web, which is the internet. Let's see what else. Option 4. Why is this person having their eye on option 4? Why does this person have their eye on option 4? We have fatality, and we have ruin. Yeah, like I was saying, there was some kind of ending here with you and this person. And if they are, in fact, your ex something, ex situationship or ex actual, like, person with a title, um, there is this indication here that it's over, and maybe this person doesn't want it to be over. So they're watching and they're, I don't know, feeling kind of jealous, and yet they know maybe that, you know, it's their fault here that things are the way they are. You know, they feel like they ruined things by somehow uh, cutting away from you, getting away from you, whatever this is here. Maybe they want to see how you're doing, like where'd you end up, and they're not too happy if they think that you've moved on. But what else here? Why has this person got their eye on option 4? Why does this person have their eye on option 4? We have expectation. Can we see that? We also have the widower. I guess that's widower, right? Okay, yeah, bottom of the deck. We've got the thief. Yeah, this person has been low-key hoping to hear from you, option 4, and I guess maybe they're not hearing from you, so they're quite sad. They feel the loss. They still hope, though. They still hope that there's some kind of chance, and maybe they're hanging back because they think, well, I don't stand a chance if I approach option 4, but perhaps in time option 4's heart will soften towards me, and option 4 will reach out to me. I don't know if there's something about them that makes them think that that's a real possibility and that it could happen at any time, but that's the energy here. I mean, they look like they are definitely ready to wine and dine you if you if you do. I'm concerned about their passivity, though. Like, certainly if they're the ones who did something to end this, to walk away or whatever, and yet now they like want to come back around, and yet they would prefer for you to be the one. That's, well, beyond the scope of this reading, actually, so I'll reserve my opinion. Thus concludes this reading, though, option 4. Thank you so much for joining me, and if you enjoyed this reading, please consider subscribing. It would help out this channel a lot if it could grow. Again, I thank you. Until next time, and I hope there will be one. Goodbye.